Hey there, clan! Welcome to a clan update for the 17th of January 2015. First, of course, I have to apologise for the lack of content for the past basically 4 or 5 days now. If you saw my audio update last week, I think, you'll know that I basically had a bit of depression I was dealing with. I'm still dealing with it. It doesn't go away. There's no cure to depression, and unfortunately, this one is pretty tough at the moment to get my head round. So I do apologise again for the lack of content. I did basically get my head straight. I did do one video this week, my video on Dorian. Morrigan. 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 So I did my video on Morrigan. The next one's going to be Blackwall, of course. That was the only video that I felt like I had to get out this week. So I got that out, and I actually did enjoy making that video. But as I said, I tried recording after it, and for some reason I just couldn't record, basically. So yeah, I do apologise for that. I am going to try and get back into the swing of things next week, hopefully, maybe even this weekend. But let's talk the clan update. So firstly, we'll talk about how the channel's been doing between the December and January time. Channel didn't do too well December and January, but those times of year are always sporadic with views and monetizations. They're always sporadic. Every YouTuber knows this, that roughly between maybe the halfway point in December and halfway point of January, views for some reason just plummet. I'm guessing it's because people are busy with Christmas and New Year's and other stuff and all that. But the viewership on the channel was not too good in December and January. I know there was probably better people who were watching. That's completely fine. But yeah, they didn't do too well. I was actually like a couple of pound off actually earning enough to actually get paid off YouTube. So I didn't earn any money in January. So I didn't have spare cash. So yeah, didn't do too well, sadly. But it always happens right at this time of year. Here's hoping February and onwards will be even better as it is. But yeah, the channel's been doing okay. We're stagnating at subscribers, in all honesty. We've stopped about the 2,500 mark. We've not gotten past. At some points, we'll get past like 2,510, and then we'll go back to 2,502. For some strange reason, it seems to be a bit sporadic at that moment. I don't know if that's just how YouTube's working at the moment. I know I don't normally have large subscriber growth anyway, but it's just kind of weird that we're staying at 2,500 and we aren't going past it. 2,500. 2,500, sorry. But yeah, as is, I don't subscribers, as long as you like my channel enough to subscribe, that's fine. But yeah, it's been kind of weird now. I would like to see that grow exponentially, if on all honesty, but I do hope that that'll grow probably after January. We'll have to wait and see. Other than that, as I say, my own personal opinion on the channel recently has been that I think I need to try and improve my content a little bit. I know a lot of people don't mind my talking head videos because that's kind of the type of YouTuber I am. I do talking head videos, basically. I just sit here and talk about the stuff. I am going to try and improve the production quality a little bit. As I said, if you saw my reflections, I am doing some changes. There will be more editing in videos, as is mostly like cuts if I make a mistake and all that. Apparently, a couple of people have complained that I say too often, so I may start editing those out, or not. I don't know yet. I am also trying to improve my skill with my editing software. I have worked a little bit with the chroma keying system on it. Unfortunately, I don't have a proper green screen and light systems. I don't actually have enough room at the moment, but I'm all basically prepared with my editing software that eventually when I do get a software that can do, eventually when I do get a green screen, I will be using it basically in probably more videos. That's been the main thing that's stopping it at the moment. I don't don't get me wrong, I don't mind the way that, as I said, I wish I had more posters up here or more eye candy instead of just like a blank wall with like Doctor Who, Frankenstein Joe, and those two things that MD made me. But yeah, I kind of want to actually have a green screen in the background at one point in all my videos where I'll have something in the background. Maybe even design my own little like Warrior's Den or something or all that. I don't know. Something like what Angry Joe has, where basically it has like the stuff behind me. Of course, I'll still do the occasional video where I don't have a green screen. But unfortunately, that has to wait until I actually get a proper setup. I do also have people complaining that I need to actually stay closer to my mic because apparently you can't hear me. People were complaining about my audio quality recently. I use a Snowball. It's a good mic, but I am going to upgrade my mic this year to a Yeti. I am also, I'd say, the main issue with my audio at the moment is I can't stay too close to. I don't like. I can all I have is this. This is my mic with a tiny ass stand, and it's on a pile of books. Like it's literally on a pile of books. So I can't do much, unfortunately. I don't have like a proper mic stand, which is something I do want to get. I do want to have a nice chair I can sit in with a good mic stand that I can actually put closer to my mouth and we can talk a little bit more. But as it says, unfortunately, it comes down to space. I do not have the space for it. My room is extremely tiny. I'm lucky I can get anything in here, and if you saw my room right now, you would be anyone with OCD would want to climb through the TV right now and like literally start cleaning everything because it's a complete and utter mess. Mostly the DVDs I have. I have a large DVD collection. Don't judge me. But yeah, it is. That's something that I can't improve at the moment. As is, I like to be more. I move a lot in my videos. I can't help it. That's just who I am. I'm an expressive person. Don't judge me. Don't stop me. I will try and endeavour to get closer to my mic, as I says, but at the moment you'll have to deal with it. At the moment, I do apologise for that. I can try and up the volume a little bit in my editing software, but I don't like doing that because my editing software is very finicky with audio at the moment. Sometimes it'll weird out the volume sometimes. I don't know why, it just does. As I say, a couple of people have asked, like, so yeah. A couple of people have complained about my game recordings, which I haven't done one in a while. Apparently, there's some issue people are having with the audio. From now on, whenever I'm going to be doing any kind of gameplay videos, I am just going to basically record myself separately and the gameplay separately as well. It'll be tricky on PC because I need to actually upgrade my PC this year, which I don't have money for. I do want to get a better PC. I actually have an ideal setup for game recording in my head right now, but I just don't have the money to do it. But yeah, I will try and improve my gaming recording software. I'm taking some tips from Sparrow. I'm taking a few tips from him because he kind of is very blunt, and I do like that about him. So I am taking a couple of hints from him, and I am going to be recording from now on the gameplay, and then myself and the audio completely separate. Just to make things a little bit more. It's going to be a bit more difficult to edit, but I think I need to do that. So yeah, I do apologise for that, but I am going to try and do that with gameplay videos whenever I get around to doing another gameplay video, because there haven't been a lot of games that I think are worth doing gameplay videos on. Telltale's Game of Thrones next episode's not out for quite some time. There is one or two things I'm debating on what I should do. Maybe do a monthly or a weekly thing where I play a random indie game or something, or play like Hearthstone once a week or something. I don't know yet. I'm still debating what I want to do at the moment with gameplay, as it says, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So I am going to try and do that. I know people. I'm taking in your complaints. I'm taking in your constructive criticisms. A lot of these are very straightforward with me, which I like. So yeah, I respect that. So I will endeavour to improve the quality of my videos to the best of my ability. I will be adding intros and outros to most of my videos, but update videos like these I'm just going to keep very plain, very straightforward, and no point in doing that. Patreon, may as well talk a little bit about that. Patreon's been doing good. We are currently sitting at about $60 a month, which is roughly £30–35, depending on the exchange rate at the time. I'm very grateful for all my Patreons. You are all amazing people, and I thank you for that. I am going to be adding something at the end of my videos, basically a little credit sequence. I've actually edited the first one together now, where I'll basically just scroll through the names of all my Patreons, just so they can at least get a little bit of a shout out. And I will be doing that with any future Patreons as well in the future. So if you become a Patreon in the future and you don't want your name in the credits, just let me know. But as I say, Patreons want to have a little shout out at the end with a little bit of a credit sequence, just so I can show my support at least and say thank you to them. It's the least I can do at the moment. Eventually it's going to, hopefully it doesn't get too big where it'll be like a 30-second sequence, but that'll be kind of weird. But Patreon's doing well. If you don't know, I have a Patreon. It's where you can support the channel. It's basically, I'm doing everything I possibly can to try and turn this into my full-time job. I have a Patreon. I have a PayPal tip system. I'm not calling it donation anymore. I monetize my videos, but I'm nowhere near that in the amount, and you help me in every way possible shape. I'm very grateful. You don't have to become a Patreon. You don't have to donate. It's completely optional, but it's my endeavour to try and turn this into a full-time job. But unfortunately, it's not looking like that's ever going to happen. So yeah, it's a pipe dream at the moment. I am still looking for employment though out in the real scary world. But yeah, now let's talk about the future of the channel. I'm still going to be doing my Inquisition party members videos. I am going to be doing that. The next one's going to be Blackwall or Tom Rainier. I am going to do my video on that and actually maybe, as I say, try and make it a little bit better. I don't know how long I'll talk about them, in all honesty. Each one depends on the person, but we'll wait and see what happens. That's the thing that I am really enjoying. I am also going to be doing some other Dragon Age videos, as is, of course, speculation on the DLC, and a couple of theory crafting videos. Unfortunately, Lady Insanity is beating me to the punch when it comes to theory crafting videos, because she's just absolutely fantastic at it. She's got such a keen eye for details. She noticed stuff I never even noticed, and she's been doing a lot of the good stuff, so I will be trying to avoid doing like a cross thing where I end up talking about stuff that she's pointed out, but if I end up doing, I will link to the video in which she discussed it, because she points it a lot more clearly than I will. But I am going to be doing some theory crafting, and Dragon Age is not done. I still intend to talk about it for as long as I can. I am trying to diversify though. That's one thing that I think every YouTuber needs to understand. Don't put all your bets on one game. That's something I'm trying to avoid to do. That's why I'm trying to maybe only do maybe 1, maybe 2 Dragon Age videos every now and then, instead of doing like 5 or 6, which I did ages ago. There are a couple of games that I am considering doing a bit more coverage on the channel. As I did 2015, there were only really 3 games that have caught my eye this year so far. That is The Order 1886, which I am going to be picking up as soon as I possibly can. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to get it on release day because I don't have the money. 2 is Batman Arkham Knight. I will be picking that up on release date. I don't care if I have to sell a kidney. I will be. And The Witcher 3. Now, what I'm going to be doing with those, basically, is I'm debating whether or not I'm going to be Let's Playing those games. The Order 1886 is probably the only one I'm going to be doing for definite sure. I think, at the moment I can, I'm probably going to do a Let's Play of that. I am going to try my best to actually get in touch with the developer to make sure I have the correct permissions. I do know I might have a way to contact them, but I'll have to wait and see. Batman Arkham Knight is one I am definitely going to be Let's Playing. There's no ifs, buts, or what's about it. If I don't care if I have to bloody do it at 2 o'clock in the morning, I will be recording my reactions and Let's Play to that game, because it's the end of the Arkham series, and I think I owe the game that much to actually Let's Play it. Now, how I'm going to work now, if you don't know how my Let's Plays work, basically how I do it is, the Let's Play parts will be anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes long. It all depends on like the game. Some parts might even go into an hour. It depends on how long it is, but I will try and keep it to 30 minutes or less. That's always been a rule of mine. And I will endeavour, depending on how much footage I have for that particular day, to put out at least one game. With my current Let's Play, I always endeavour to put at least one video a day out of each of that Let's Play. So for Batman Arkham Knight, when I eventually get around to it, Monday you'll get part 1, Tuesday you'll get part 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth until I beat the game. That's how it's going to work. Now, when it comes to face cam, when it comes to games like this, I don't do face cam. For Order 1886, no, I'm debating whether or not I'll do a face cam. Face cams for me are not... I don't like using them unless they're for emotionally driven games, like the Telltale games, of course, Dragon Age, of course. I do them for Telltale games because people like to see my reaction with my emotions. The Order 1886, I don't think I'll do a face cam. Definitely not doing one for Batman Arkham Knight, because I do not want to take away from that game. Witcher 3, I don't know yet. So yeah, that'll all come down to time, circumstances, and what's happening at the time, basically. There is, of course, one other thing I need to inform you of, is that at this current time, they've actually just installed the necessary features for fibre optic in my area. They've actually installed the green box, and it looks like they've done the cabling so far. If all goes well, I should have fibre optic within the next 6 months, if all goes according to plan. It just comes down to when they can actually activate it, which is shouldn't be that fucking hard, I know this. But the moment I have good enough internet for fibre optic, I am actually going to be streaming a little bit more. I actually do miss streaming. It's something that I actually do like to do. I watch streams and I also like to stream. I have tried it before. Unfortunately, my internet's just not good enough to actually support streaming. So at the current time, I do have a plan to actually, once I have fibre optic, to set up a proper streaming schedule. I will be trying to stream at least 3 times a week. Depending on what happens, it will all depend on like what game I'm playing. As for the games I'll play, I'm not too sure yet. Of course, I am going to be doing, I said I would do this, and I'm going to do it the moment I have good enough internet. I'm going to be doing a Dragon Age Inquisition Nightmare run on basically my PS4. I can't do it on my PC at the moment, sadly, because I just don't have the sufficient enough power in my PC to actually do that, to run Dragon Age Inquisition. But I am going to be doing a nightmare run of Dragon Age Inquisition on stream because I promised that, and I am a man of my word. I can't say when that'll happen, but let's just say that when my internet does get good to the point, at least once a week we will have the Dragon Age Nightmare run. So it'll be maybe 2 or 3 hours of me just playing Dragon Age Inquisition on Nightmare difficulty. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. We'll wait and see how that turns out. Hopefully if all goes according to plan, but I will play other games as well on the stream. I might even do like one night a week. It's viewer's choice, where viewers will pick whatever game we want me to play, and if I can get it, I'll get it. We'll wait and see how that works out. I don't tend to make don't worry, I only tend to be streaming for maybe 2 or 3 hours each time, maybe even 4 or 5 depending on how my family is. But once my internet is good enough, I will be streaming on a regular basis until I can actually, for any time I want, basically. I will try and set up the schedule appropriate for everyone, but I can't promise when that'll be. It'll mostly be European friendly, I'm afraid, because I don't live alone. If I lived alone, I would probably just stream at night because it's easier. But that'll be at a later date. But I wanted to at least give you a little heads up on that. And there is also one last thing that we will talk here, and that's advice. As I mentioned in a video, a couple of you have been giving me constructive criticism, and I do take in every bit of constructive criticism I get. So I'm going to open the floodgates here. I'm asking for your advice on I'm asking for your advice on how you think I should improve it, how you think I could improve the channel. Now I'm not saying do this, do that, do this, do this. I'm saying production wise, how do you think I should improve the channel a little bit? Now don't just spam me with the same stuff as I've mentioned. Audio, I'm very limited, but I will do what I possibly can. So I'm asking for advice. Please be constructive and don't be dicks or asses or ass dicks. I think that's about everything. I have had people ask about the Geekquisition podcast. We will let you know when that's happening. I've had people ask about Dragon Age D&D. I will let you know if we ever do get around to doing that again. Other than that, I think that's about everything. We will wait and see what happens. I'm not too sure. As it says, I will do my damnedest to try and get back into a regular video content. As it says, minimum 3 videos a week. Also, a little shout out to the person who did this little bit of art here. It's my new watermark. He's at Oculi, I think. He actually has. I'm trying to remember his name off the top of my head. It's at Oculus or Bus. Oculus or Bust. Oculus or Bust. He actually did a couple of logos for me. When I asked out in the video to people, he sent me a couple of them. They're actually, some of them are pretty good. This is the one I'm going to be using for my watermark, basically from now on. I think, unless I get one that I actually like more. We wait and see, but right now I think this one's a little bit nicer, much more than the one I fucking made. He has given me other ones. I am probably going to use them for thumbnails, but I give a big shout out to him for doing that. I really do appreciate it. He will be in the comment section down below, of course, and the description. Art by blah blah blah. As it says, I'm still accepting any kind of logo art that you want to do. I do welcome it. As it says, I can't pay, unfortunately, so don't fucking send me stuff and say, can you pay for it? Because I can't. But yeah, I think that's about where I'll wrap things up. I thank you for watching. I hope you understand all my situation, my circumstances, and I also want to give a big thank you to the people who sent their support to me in this time when my depression has been acting up very, 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 very badly. I do appreciate it, and yeah, thank you so much for that, and I think that's where I'll wrap things up. I thank you for watching. As always, I'm Scottish Warrior 92. I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now.